All right, guys, day 12 of the fast. Pretty amazing. And honestly, for the last 5 days, I've been feeling really good. The day 7, I think, was the hardest. Like in the beginning, it was a little, your body's adjusting, and then I had a really, really hard day. And then from then on, it's been very easy. The last 3 days, like super, super, super easy. Like even when I see food and so forth, like your body's so used to it that it's easy. And I hadn't heard about this before. When you do long fasts like this, then after the hump, it's like smooth sailing. And I didn't believe it, but wow, I feel tons of mental clarity. I sleep amazing. I sleep really deeply during the day. Anytime I start moving, I feel great. And again, I'm not stopping anything that I'm doing regularly. I'm working out. I'm not doing as much heavy weights, but I'm still working out. I'm walking a lot. I'm doing my work. I'm taking care of the kids, playing with the kids, helping my wife, everything. So pretty amazing. Which brings me to the topic that you can get used to anything. I have this acquaintance that I met through a friend, and we had dinner at his house several times. And he eventually committed suicide. And the reason he committed suicide is because this gentleman was worth like $100 million, and then he lost most of it, and he was left with only a few $1 million. To anybody on the planet, having, five or $10 million, whatever he was left with, would be an amazing thing. But for him, who was used to having $100 million and put all everything and his identity and his everything into it, losing that, he didn't even want to continue living. Which brings me to the story of Seneca. Seneca is one of the founding Stoics. He was one of the wealthiest people that ever lived. And every month he would practice for 3 days living in poverty. And this gave him a tremendous edge because he didn't have fear of poverty, and he could think very clearly about decisions without having to fear losing his wealth. You can get used to anything. You can get used to when you're in a rut, and you can get used to when you're in a high. But it's important to keep that in mind, that once you shift, it's a little difficult, but then the new thing is easy again. If you've never worked out, it's very hard to work out. But once you start working out daily, it's much easier to work out than not work out. So that's the thought of the day. My fast is going really, really, really well. And now I'm just going to keep on going until I feel that deep hunger or low energy again. And when I do that, that's when I'm going to cut it. So let's see how long it goes. Some people go 20, 30 days. Who knows? I will not go 30 days because I want to be eating again before Christmas. And so maybe I'll do 3 weeks. Who knows? We'll see. And I'll keep you posted.